Hello friends, welcome to the Sun Woman channel, and I want to wish you a happy new moon in Scorpio. We're going to be doing readings here for the new moon cycle of November 11th through December 11th. And as I said, this is a new moon in Scorpio. And what does that mean for all of us? Well, what it means is that this is going to be a very intense time. We have a lot of planetary support coming in true Scorpion style. There's a real flavor of luck and opportunity, as well as a perfect mix for love and alliances. With all the positive combinations in play, many of us are going to get a dose of extra good energy with this period. Scorpio is a water sign, which means it really connects to our feelings and the emotional realm best. Scorpio is driven to find emotional satisfaction and really goes places that others can't get in order to get it. So the ability to look beneath the surface, past the superficial, is a trait that comes very easily to Scorpio. This is a sign that knows that there's always another facet to the story. So beneficial revelations about people, places, and things could really surface as a result of this Scorpio influence. There might be something special that comes out of this new moon that wasn't so apparent in your life before. The most important revelations are usually hidden beneath the surface, and Scorpio is the sign that lights things up, lights up the dark, and brings the truth out for us. So there's a big inner beauty reveal that might just be in store this period for us as a result. Scorpio also is the sign that really best follows its instincts about people and situations. So that means that we'll all have the opportunity to tap in some extra psychic awareness, some extra intuitive awareness. If you're trying to come to terms with a situation, the Scorpio new moon could really help you make that decision. Know that something's about to take root in your life, and whether you intentionally make a decision to start something new or something magically falls into your lap, this new moon will really help it grow fruitfully. There's a strong commitment to whatever takes root at this time. Know that Scorpio really commits to its endeavors, so we're all going to be willing to put in the effort, as well as wait out any storms that we might be going through, okay? Jupiter is in the mix with some really positive aspects, so that's an extra boost of really good emotion and opportunity. Some extra luck could come this way. There is some really good influence with Saturn and Venus, so we're going to be able to really create harmony in relationships and in beneficial financial ventures during this period. No matter what your personal situation, the November new moon is a good energy to look forward to. There, could be some facing up to some shadows of the past. It's really a time for healing as well, to release past hurts and to make a fresh start with someone perhaps who's hurt you. It's a good time for forgiveness and to start a new chapter. Scorpio is about rebirth, regeneration, starting from the bottom and moving up into a new life. So use this time ahead to plant some new seeds and to really tune into some benefits that we might have been missing along the way, okay? Remember that for the new moon, it's great to speak your intentions out loud, to declare them out loud, but it's even better to write them down in words or to illustrate images to reflect what you intend. Do a picture board or a dream board. Those images will really take root into your psyche, and what you think, our thoughts are things. So what we think and what we say go out into the atmosphere, to the universe, and they manifest, okay? So let's manifest positivity, change, and regeneration in our lives for this new moon cycle. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do the individual readings for the 12 signs. You can apply these to your sun, moon, and ascendant. And thank you again for tuning in, and let's get to the individual readings. Hello Pisces, this is your new moon in Scorpio reading, and this is going to be a very interesting new moon cycle for you because you are a water sign and Scorpio is also a water sign, so this would be a very compatible new moon for your sign. This new moon cycle is taking place in your 9th house, and the 9th house is a really interesting house because it's the area of travel, which would be long distance travel. It's the area of spirituality. Any foreign matters would be in the ninth house. So again, faraway travels, people from different countries. It also has to do with spirituality and life philosophies, higher concepts, you know, physical ones as well as inner journeys. Which is opposite the third house, because where the third house represents more of, you know, the everyday communication and education, you know, emails, letters, text messages. The ninth house is higher education and universities, as well as more abstract thought processes. So this is going to be a new moon where you have the potential for a significant regeneration, a rejuvenation in your philosophy of life, in your religious beliefs, in your spiritual beliefs, in your you know, spiritual practices. There is also the potential for long distance travel that is going to be beneficial to you. There is the potential for you know, the ninth house also has to do with communication on a very large scale. So the internet, the web falls into the ninth house. You could find yourself publishing something. You might be starting a blog. You might be writing a book. You might be putting up a new website. So, you know, anything that is going to be communicating with the world on a large scale is going to fall in your ninth house. It also has to do with matters of the law and legality, okay? So, you know, if you are in the middle of a lawsuit or, you know, any type of legal proceedings, there could be developments, you know, with that during this next month cycle. Because this falls under the Scorpio sign, you know, there is going to be the need for you to look beneath the surface in all of these matters to find out what the truth is. So before you commit to a new philosophy or a new religion, or before you, you know, get involved in whatever legal proceedings, make sure that you have all the information that you need. Make sure that you know what's going on under the surface. You know, make sure that you're not falling prey to unscrupulous people, whether that be gurus or, you know, religious leaders, spiritual leaders, attorneys. You know, you really want to make sure that you have a very clear perception of what's going on in your life, so that you can benefit from this particular new moon in Scorpio. Financial matters in relation to all of these different influences may be very important for you. So definitely rebirth, regeneration, seeing beneath the surface, possible revelations, you know, new perceptions about a situation, and just in general, you know, a rebirth of some kind. Transformation. There's definitely the potential for transformation through these particular interests, okay? So let's go ahead and throw down 7 cards here and see what the message is in this area for you. We have the Knight of Pentacles reversed in your past situation. This would be the influence that's on you coming out of the recent month. We have Judgment reverse, which is covering you right now. The Devil, which is in the near future. We have the Hanged Man, which is in your crowning position, also your advice card. We have the Two of Cups in the area that rules other people outside of your influence. We have the Three of Swords reversed in your hopes and fears area, and we have the Four of Swords in the potential outcome. And the card at the base of the deck is the Ten of Wands. So, looks like we have a lot of spiritual activity going on for you this month, and that makes perfect sense if this new moon is falling in your 9th house of spirituality, religion, higher thought process, higher mind, higher concept matters. So, you know, major arcana, the 3 major arcana, these are more of a spiritual influence in your life. So you have 3 of them right next to each other, and we'll go through each of them to see what that is meaning for you in your life right now. The Knight of Pentacles is reversed in your past house, and that has to do with, again, the influence on you coming out of this recent recent month of October, and I feel like there may have been a feeling of stagnation for you, okay? Not being able to move forward in your life on something, some type of blockages, you know, things just moving really slowly for you in your everyday life, in your everyday dealing. There could have been, you know, a financial situation or someone that you are depending on financially who has not come through for you, or there may be a delay in reference to that support, okay? So that's kind of on you as we're coming into this new month. What's covering you right now is Judgment reversed. And Judgment has to do with preventing yourself from moving to the next level in your life. So it looks like, again, a blockage here because you have not, something is calling for an awakening. You know, the spirit is calling for an awakening in your life. And for some reason, you're holding yourself back from experiencing that, okay, from giving yourself over to that. Now, why could that be? Sometimes it's fear. Sometimes it's fear of the unknown. Sometimes we're so caught up in the mundane matters. You know, this Knight of Pentacles represents earth signs, which could be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Earth signs are very deeply rooted in the earth and in the everyday affairs of life. So they can represent either someone of that personality, or they can represent you demonstrating that influence in your life, demonstrating that type of energy. So you may have been so deeply rooted in a way of life and a way of thought that has been holding you back from moving on to the next level spiritually. This Judgment card is telling you that there is an awakening that's coming. You are due right now for a change, perhaps in philosophy, in spiritual practices, in your philosophy of life, okay? You're being called to move to a higher plane somehow, and you cannot stop this energy from propelling you forward. It's time to allow it to propel you forward, okay? Now, what the issue here, it may be, and we have the devil reversed, the devil in the near future. Again, it talks about being chained to the material aspects of life. Now, you know, we all have to be able to pay our bills. We all have to be able to put food on the table. We have to be able to get our kids to school, get to work, you know, put clothes on our back. You know, the holidays are coming. You know, we have responsibilities where those things are concerned. So yes, we are very much bound by our responsibilities on the earthly level. There are things we have to do to take care of ourselves on a daily basis and our loved ones. However, we cannot allow these cares and concerns to chain us to the point where we don't have time to work on ourselves spiritually, okay? Whatever that may mean for you, you're going to need to release yourself on some level and in some way so that you can now start working on the inner you, because that change is going to transform your life. Because when we change inside, our outside world starts reflecting the change that's going on within us, okay? So if things have been stagnant for you, it may mean, you know, with these major arcana here, that there is a spiritual change that's waiting to happen for you that is going to release you from bondage and put you in a position to open yourself up to the abundance of the universe, okay? If we're doing what we love, in the zone, giving our gifts out to the world, sharing our talents and skills with the world, what we put out is going to, by the law of nature, the law of attraction, is going to come back to us, okay? So you may not be using your gifts in the way that were put here on this earth to use them and to share them. So you may need to be doing some inner work, some energy work right now in identifying what is it within you that you can be sharing with the world in order to open up the blockages you've been experiencing and allow that flow to come back into your life, or to come into your life, okay? In order to be able to release you. Because if not, you're still going to feel like you're bound by the worries, the cares, the responsibilities, the strain, without any relief, without any spiritual relief, without any without any openings to air things out and lighten things up in your life and be able to smell the roses. You've got to be able to take time to smell the roses. We are hustling, we're commuting, we are working hard to climb the corporate ladders, but you have got to be able to take time to do that inner work, or else that part of you is going to suffer, and the world around you that you are creating and within you is going to suffer. I usually get to this card at the end of the deck, but I feel compelled to discuss it right now because what's at the base of the deck is this Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands talks about heavy responsibilities, talks about burden, it talks about strain, carrying too much weight and responsibility on your shoulders, okay? Not being able to delegate chores, not being able to delegate responsibility tasks. This could be in your work life, this could be in your home life, your family life, your relationship, whatever it is. There is something right now that's weighing heavy on you. You have been carrying a lot of weight, a lot of burden, and you're going to have to find a way to lighten up on something in order to give yourself room to breathe. Now, right above this Ten of Wands is the Hangman. The Hangman talks about, and this is the card that's in your advice area, okay? So the advice being given to you is you have got to figure out how to look at things from a different perspective. You see the person here, male or female, it could be either one, but he or she is hanging from the tree. No one has put them there. He or she has voluntarily tied himself or herself to that tree in order to see things from a different perspective. Remember when you were a little kid and you used to hang upside down from the monkey bars, okay? Or, you used to climb trees and you'd hang upside down from a branch. The world looks very different when you're upside down. It's a very different perspective. So you must find a way to maybe turn your life upside down, to see things in a different life, a different perspective, in order to move forward on your spiritual journey. Interestingly enough, there are coins here in this picture. So even though this card is a very spiritual card, there is also a consideration of material, of the mundane aspects of making money. And somehow you see this person here has the halo. This halo represents enlightenment. It represents an idea, a revelation, an illumination. And this illumination is really inspiring. These coins they're not coming from nowhere. They're falling out of perhaps this person's pocket, or they are falling out of heaven to this person. So what this gives me is the message that through you doing the inner working on a spiritual level, you are going to be gifted and enlightened with ideas on how to improve your mundane, your life situation, your everyday situation, your financial situation, okay? With this new moon falling in your 9th house, it's all about transformative thinking for you, transforming your philosophy, going very deep, and maybe allowing a way of life to die in order to be reborn to a new way of life. Okay, my Pisces? Pisces, you're a very spiritual, intuitive sign, very deep, still waters run deep, and so you are beautifully aligned with this energy to figure out a way to maybe turn your life upside down, but in a controlled manner. There's no impulsivity here. There's no throwing the baby out with the bathwater. It is sitting down, meditating, focusing, praying, doing creative visualization, doing energy work, doing Reiki healing, finding a spiritual guide, a spiritual teacher, in order to help you transform inside so that you can use that energy and that power to now transform your life outside of yourself, okay? Now, the Two of Cups is coming up in your area that relates to others in your life. And I feel like there's the potential for a very loving, harmonious, supportive, encouraging relationship in your life right now. This could be a love partner. It could be a spiritual mentor. Again, next to this Hangman, that's what I'm feeling. There's potential there. There could be someone in your life who you can just really get some good ideas and good input from, who is going to be willing to partner with you to help you. It could be your marriage. You know, you could be sitting down with your partner saying, listen, we need to take a spiritual journey. We need to go to church. We need to become more active in our religious community, because I feel like, you know, we have gifts that can be given to our community, and you never know what can come back through that. We may be giving things away, our talents and skills, that may end up being something down the line that could transform our lives financially, or transform our lives, you know, start a new business where there is a skill that you have that you've been giving charitably that may end up becoming a enterprise for you, or a business, a partnership. So don't be afraid to tap into the blessing of this particular partnership that may be around you. It could be a relative. Again, it could be someone that you have met recently, that you have started a relationship with, who can be very beneficially, you know, have a very strong beneficial influence on you. Again, there is love in your life. There's partnership in your life, and you're being called to tap into that in order to help make this transformation that you're hoping to make. The Three of Swords is in your hopes and fears area. This is reversed. So, you know, reversed, we want to see the Three of Swords reversed, because what it means here is that you are ready to come out of the heartbreak. You're ready to come out of the pain or the stress and trauma that you've been going through. It's time now to release those swords. So you've been through the ringer, you've been through the difficulties, and now you are coming to the end of that, where you are you're being asked to now release this over to the universe and start fresh. Okay, come out of this. You know, this is coming up in your hopes or fears, and so I feel like you are hoping to be released from these difficulties, but realize that sometimes we must take the first step in releasing ourselves. Okay, you know, the universe helps those who helps themselves. God helps those who help themselves. Okay, so we can't be bemoaning our plight and our situation and wishing for something or praying for something to happen when we are not opening ourselves up and taking the first step in order to release ourselves and let the energy of the universe push ourselves forward. Okay, so it's time to be willing to release these fears that you may have of moving into a different thought process. You know, my beautiful Pisces, you are so deep spiritually and have so much, you know, you've been through all the other lives of the other signs. You are the final sign in the zodiac, so it means that you've lived through all the experience and the karmic lessons of Aries through Aquarius, and now you are gifted with this you know, incarnation as a Pisces, because now you can empathize with all the other experiences of the other signs, because you have a piece of all of them within you. So there is some gift that you have through all of your karmic incarnations, you know, if you believe in that, and now you have the ability to now gift these back to the universe because you've learned lessons and you have wisdom. However, you can often become inundated as a water sign, inundated in these waters of despair and of sadness and of potentially of depression. Okay, so if you are feeling these things, it may be time for you to look for help. It may be time for you to seek out someone who can assist you, who can counsel you. If you've been thinking about therapeutic intervention, this is a time for you to do that, because this is going to be able to tap into your deeper, higher mind and help release you from these, from the prison that you may have been in on a spiritual level. Okay, so a beautiful transformative time is available for you, my Pisces. And then the Four of Swords here in the potential outcome, this is a card of recovery. Okay, with all that you've been through, this card is telling you that there is a time of recovery, of recuperation, of pulling back. You know, as I'm doing this reading, I'm feeling just a feeling of being overwhelmed and tired and drained. Okay, and I was not feeling this before I did the reading. I'm doing this in the morning and feeling very energized as I'm doing these readings, but right now I'm just feeling exhausted, and I feel like my Pisces have been exhausted, and it is now time for you to take a break. It's time for you to recover, to recuperate, to find your inner peace, to find your sanctuary, and to allow yourself to be reborn and rejuvenated in your inner mind and in your heart and spirit. Okay, I can feel the exhaustion. I'm feeling the exhaustion of this Ten of Wands here, what we talked about before. Just being overwhelmed with burdens, my Pisces, and I love you so much, and I want you to be able to release these tensions and release this weight that you've been carrying. So this Scorpio full new moon is a blessing to you, very specifically, giving you the power that you need over this next month to find a way to now transform your life through a new way of thinking, a new way of life, a new way of spiritual enlightenment. Okay, that's what this is talking about, and this is going to have effect on you, on your loved ones, on your financial situation, on your health. Okay, it's time for recuperating. If you've been ill, if you've been dealing with some type of physical ailment, a time of recuperation and recovery is promised to you if you are able to take that first step. Okay, so just a wonderful transformative reading here for you, my Pisces. Let me go ahead and pull a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Again, a time to release yourself from the burdens that you've been going through, because you definitely have help available. There is help available to you. There is some loving companionship, guidance, partnership available to you, and you just need to take the first step in order to release yourself, and then everything is going to flow through to you, like the law of nature, law of attraction. All right, so the card that I'm getting here for you from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck is chop wood. Okay, and this is a picture that's very deceiving, because you just see here there's a broom and a couple buckets here, and we're talking about chop wood. So this could be very deceiving in that it's talking about the mundane aspects of life. But this has a very deep spiritual message, and the message that is being given to you by chop wood is it's time to ground yourself in your daily experience. There are times, this oracle says, when the big dream is meant to lie dormant in your consciousness so that you can pay attention to the simple chores and the simple tasks in life. It says, consider why pruning a tree is the forerunner of delighting in the beautiful blooms when it is full bloom. The mundane act of pulling off dead leaves, there's that Scorpio influence of death and rebirth. Pulling off dead leaves, watering the soil, and then leaving it to be, to let nature take its course, is an important step in manifestation. Take your attention away from your goal which will bring you into a state of receptivity. So you may have been working so hard to make something happen that you're blocking yourself from receiving the blessing. This is the deeper purpose for releasing attachment. When you engage in everyday tasks in a meditative, contemplative way, you clear your energy to receive your aha moments, which bring you even closer to what you seek. Okay? And so prosperity, it says it's time to take small steps rather than larger leaps on the journey to create your most prosperous life. Move your focus off your big dream and attend to the mundane chores. You know, you can't you cannot be in a position to accept the greater bounty if your house is in disarray. Okay? A home divided, a house divided will not prosper. Okay? So if there are the mundane aspects of life that you have been neglecting, okay, the chopping of the wood, the carrying of the water, these are things that need to be done to get you in a place where you are now free to free your mind so that the spirit can work and move mountains for you and create miracles for you. Okay? So you want to do what the daily work, the mundane work, the daily meditation, the daily prayer, the daily giving of your gifts, you know, the service to man and to your loved ones and to womankind and mankind, in order to give those gifts over into the universe and get your energy moving again, so that you are in position and alignment with the spirit to receive your bounty when it's time to come. Okay? And believe and have faith that it will, and it will. All right, my beautiful Pisces, so that's the message for you for this new moon in Scorpio, time of regeneration, of healing, of recovery for you. You must take the first step and look at things from a different perspective in order to release yourself from the strain and the ties and the chains that have held you bound. Okay? I do hope that this reading has helped you and resonated with you. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not already. And please feel free to like, share, or comment on this video. I appreciate your comments. I look forward to communicating with you. If you would like a personalized reading, please go ahead and click on the link that is in the information box below this video. If you have any trouble getting through to my website, I am actually working with my site's host right now to fix some technical difficulties that have cropped up. But until that is done, if you'd like to get in touch with me, please go ahead and email me at thesunwoman15, so that's the sunwoman and then the number 15 at gmail.com, and I'll be happy to get right back to you to schedule a reading for you. Okay? Thank you so much, my beautiful Pisces. Take advantage of this time to transform your life, to recuperate, recover from what you've been going through, and know that the universe is waiting for you to take the first step. I will see you next month. Blessings and peace to you on your journey.